Hello, Earth signs. This is your tarot reading for August 2025. Hi, I'm Yam, aka Hinduitive, and I am here to intuitively interpret some tarot and astrology for you. I strongly encourage you to cross watch for your rising sign, your moon sign, and your sun sign in that order. Your rising sign is how you execute, your moon sign is how you feel about that execution, and your sun sign is how we feel and how we perceive that execution. All right, Earth signs. I pulled 3 cards for you. We have the Hanged Man, 7 of Swords, and 5 of Wands reversed. So, the Hanged Man, the first thing that stuck out to me is that it is the Neptune card in the deck, and Neptune is retrograde in the sign of Aries. What does that mean? Basically, that a very kind of jello-y, blobby, hazy planet is up against the god of war, or is like hanging out with the god of war and aggression, and is also making things a bit confusing for you in terms of what to pursue. It's like you're fervently pursuing too many things, and that is like spreading you too thin, and therefore nothing is getting pursued properly. And the Hanged Man comes up when you need a new method, or in this reading, it's because you need a new method. I wrote down in quotes when I was channeling insanity, because I think this month is going to require you to break out of your old patterns. Because y'all are earth signs, you are much more diligent. You probably have daily routines that you stick to. Even if your daily routine is inconsistency, you're probably very consistently inconsistent. But especially my Capricorns and Virgos, y'all are just a cut above the rest in terms of being able to plan long term for things. And this month is like, the thing that's coming to me as I say it is like somebody that almost needs a new workout plan. It's like when I was a trainer, we would talk a lot about like muscle confusion. That's what this feels like. It feels like you just need a new, I am going to say for some of you, like a literal new workout routine. But there's something that you've wanted for a really long time that you have been taking the same steps towards pursuing. And now it's insane because consistency is not the important thing about consistency is not to do the same thing necessarily. It's just to do something, right? So as long as you're showing up for yourself or for that goal every day, it doesn't matter if it's not, if you missed your morning pages, okay, but maybe you made a connection in the world that mattered for that creative development. But there is something that you need a new perspective on and that you need to let go of. This is also coming up as you needing to put yourself in other people's shoes for a while. Sometimes with earth signs, it's hard for y'all to understand how somebody can feel the way that they do, or like why they can't just snap out of it. And this month you need to try harder. You need to try harder to understand, because this is not the month to say to somebody, why don't you just? That's not going to read. And with Neptune retrograde in Aries, it will come across as disrespectful. So you want to be careful of that. But in your own life, you need to see, I'm even seeing you might just need to join like a co-working space, or if you work from home, it's time to go somewhere else. You might need to switch from coffee to matcha. Maybe instead of finding dates on Hinge, you switch to Tinder. It's like that kind of thing. It's just the energy that you switch up with is important, because that's what the universe is going to pick up on. The universe is not going to be like, why did she go to Tinder instead of Hinge? The universe is going to be like, oh, she's doing something new. Okay, we're doing something new, everyone. So that's that. Then this is a little bit of a warning. We have the 7 of Swords. For some of you, I do think there is a snake in the grass. I very rarely do the sort of like Miss Cleo style of mystical arts. Like I will very rarely say somebody's coming for you or that kind of thing, but I felt this quite strongly when I pulled. This is a pretty serious betrayal or deception. So in tying it to the Hanged Man, For some of you, there might be some kind of betrayal that really flips everything on its head. And then Neptune and Aries, you're really confused but really angry. But then you might try to deal with that in the same way that you usually deal with things. But this is a new experience and it requires some nuance. It also requires for you to adapt some traits of other elements like water, like to just flow with it a little bit more, with air to think of new creative ideas. I think you can do without a ton of fire energy this month because there will be plenty of that to go around for everybody. But I did write down snake in the grass. I think there's somebody that is lying to you about what they said they want or what they are doing. It feels just like textbook cheating or manipulation. This could be something collective, like maybe we continue to find out more about our cheater in office. I don't know. But then you have the Five of Wands retrograde. This is somebody that is actually, I don't know that you as an individual realize it and are struggling with it, but this card is coming up to tell you that your actions are not aligning with your morals. And I'm seeing a hammer as I say this. It's like karma coming for somebody that has not done what they needed to do. There's probably an internal conflict that you're having around. The most obvious example is obviously the genocide in Gaza. It's something like maybe you're not calling reps. Maybe you haven't done anything to stop ICE. Maybe you are not delivering in your personal life the things that you said you would deliver. Maybe you haven't been super solid friend or partner. Maybe you haven't been very reliable for yourself. But this Five of Wands reversed is like you need to align because you're about to stress yourself into sickness. I am also getting heart stuff. If you have a major earth placement and you deal with a lot of stress, perhaps like high blood pressure, hypertension, you really need to chill out because there is some kind of need for release. I wrote down massage and need for release, and then I wrote down internal conflict with moral compass. But I think this is doing somatic exercises, tapping tactile things to regulate your nervous system and also to address your own trauma so that you can understand yourself better and understand why you aren't standing up for the things that matter to you. And again, you might be an earth sign watching this. I literally do everything every day. But this is about something. So there's something that there is just a little bit out of whack. It's not exactly it's not how you want to be remembered. And this month you'll have an opportunity to gain some new perspectives. It's an important month for you to be open to hearing people out without rebuttal. And I think for a lot of you with this Seven of Swords, you may feel betrayed by somebody that calls you out, but they are just telling you how they feel. And you might actually feel angry because they're clocking you. And you just have to be able to take those things in stride. Just change it. Just address it for yourself and figure it out. But yeah, that reading took a little bit of a turn, huh? Okay, so for my earth signs, Hanged Man, Seven of Swords, Five of Wands, reversed. So new methods, not being insane, not doing the same thing, expecting different results, being aware that either that somebody may betray you. You may feel betrayed by somebody. Also, somebody might voice to you that they feel betrayed by you. And also a need for release, a need for perhaps massage, somatic release. If you can get on the vibration plate, just like shaking it out will be good because there is some kind of internal conflict. This might be somebody comes to you and they're like, I feel very betrayed by you. And you're like, what? That is crazy. And then you're like, actually, I've been pushing that person away for years because it's a month of accountability and it's a month of new perspectives that will ultimately serve you. The collective energy and the stuff that we see in August, I think will be not fun, but this is just is the process. It just is what it is. And if you can switch up how you deal with things a little bit more, then you will have a much easier month. But above all, let's just do our best. Bye.